Good morning, it's Wednesday, November 29th, and like I said, I have been working on the Arrowhead Gyutos. So this one is more done than the others. You can see how crystal clear that resin comes out, and you can really see that arrowhead. Super stoked with how those are coming out. And I've been working on the Sayas, so I talked to Clayton a bit yesterday about like how we want to do the inlay, so we have a way forward for that. Really, I'm just waiting on the next section of the deep pour resin. So I'm going to clean up the Sayas a bit. Obviously, they're a little big. And I'll plan where the snaps are going to go and all of that kind of stuff. But really, in order to go much farther on the Sayas, I really need those other arrowheads cast in the resin in order to get them attached before the rest of the stitching and everything. So I kind of need to pause a little bit, so I'll work a little bit more on the Sayas, like I said, getting them cleaned up, getting the final shapes down to where I'm happy with them, and then I'll go on to hand sanding the rest of the handles. Other than that, that's my day. Here's Daniel with what he's got going on.
What's up, everyone? Just to get you caught up with what's going on in my world, I've got all the knives stamped, ready for heat treat, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys. I was grinding on them yesterday, ready for handles. I gotta polish them up. That way I get a nice finish on them, and then I'll go ahead and get some handles on them. Gonna be pretty simple. They're all stainless, so I want to do something kind of just easy and something that's very nice aesthetically. So that's going to be the majority of my day, as well as whatever else comes in. We'll go ahead and go in our favorite spot with our favorite guy, Russell. What's up, bud?
It's good.
What do we got today?
Today we're going to talk a little bit about kitchen petty knives, and so there's quite the selection here, but before we get into each individual one, we're going to talk about what you use a petty knife for. So a petty knife is basically a small chef's knife. So what you would do with this is literally anything that you want that kind of chef knife shape for, but you don't need a full-size shape, full-size chef's knife. So and in addition to that, things that like you could pare in your hand, but you could also do on the cutting board. So think about like cutting the top off of strawberries and then quartering them. You could do that in your hand, or you could do that on the board. So just in general, that's kind of what you use petty knives for. So starting from the bottom here, we have two by Tajiro. We have the Oboro, which is a laminate. It's a G10 in their DP series, and this is just a nice, simple, what we call a teardrop wall handle, nice and comfortable with an integral bolster. Then they have their, I just forgot it, their basic line. No, this is their budget line, excuse me, the basic line is new. And this is a partial tank, so very lightweight knife. And My Teacher, Murray Carter by Spyderco. So this is a lovely example of a very traditional petty knife, elongated octagonal wall handle with a cool burl G10. And then we have our Sour Urine Ryusin. So it has this beautiful blue handle in a lovely Damascus, also with the shiny hammer forged blade. And I love the detail in the back of the pommel. They cold forged that one as well. Then we have a knife by Corin. So this is what they call a mahogany laminate. Just a nice color. Again, a Damascus, and this is in VG10. And going back to Ryusin, apparently I had them out of order. So this is the Banton Ryuwa line, also in a VG10 and a beautiful Damascus. And this is a Wengi, Wengi, and I love their octagonal handles, just nice and classy, right? Then we have two Mayabis. This is a laminate wood as well. This is the Artisan series. Just absolutely stunning looking in Super Gold 2, which is one of my favorite steels for kitchen knives. And then we have their Kaizen 2. They call this a prep knife. And just, again, just nice and classic looking in a darker laminate wood. And then, of course, we've got to throw in two of ours. We have a European style petty knife in applewood for the handle. Just nice buffed forged finished in 52-100, in CPM 154. Then we have our Harlequin Petty. So we did a dual chemical wash and an acid wash on that, and this is a lovely Bradford handmade handle material. And then we've got the little Harlequin on there right there, a little jester with a couple more diamonds. Yeah, so that's a little bit about petty knives.
Right on. As always, everyone, make sure you're liking, subscribing, commenting, chatting, all the stuff. We'll see you on the next one. Wrapping it up here.